Welcome to Clear Play, powered by Typico Sportsbook, a show designed to cut through the noise to help give you the betting edge. I'm your host, Tony Anderson, and today I am joined with two special guests, Caroline Darney, who is managing editor of Bet for the Win, and Prince J. Grimes, who is senior writer for Bet for the Win. How are you guys?
Doing great. Excited.
Not bad, Tony.
Indeed. Well, March Madness is here. Brackets have been busted, but it is okay. Typico has our back. We're still betting. We're going to start with Caroline. What was the most impressive win of the last round that really stuck out to you?
I look at this Houston team, and I've just been so impressed with the first two rounds. Ton of just really star players that have hung under the radar. As a 5 seed, like they're number 2 on KenPom right now. They've got a number 10 offense, number 10 defense. They're just so consistent.
Prince?
Yeah, I'm looking at UNC, and what they did to Baylor this past weekend was very surprising considering how good of a season Baylor had. I know UNC won 6 or 7 games to close the regular season, so they are one of the hotter teams right now.
I'm surprised nobody said St. Peter's. St. Peter's became only the third 15 seed to ever make it to the Sweet 16, and being able to beat Kentucky and Murray State, that is a huge deal. Now it is time for our segment, Premium Picks. Caroline, do you feel St. Peter's can take it and go to the Elite 8?
They knocked off Kentucky, which is a team full of athletes and can shoot and defend really, really well. Purdue's defense has been a weakness for them their entire season. It's a 12.5-point spread per Typico Sportsbook. It might take 2 Peacocks on top of each other to defend Edie in the post, but have some fun. Root for chaos. Like, it's possible. I'm going to go with St. Peter's. Like, let's go crazy.
In the East region, UCLA versus North Carolina. Prince, who you got?
Taking UCLA. I like UCLA's veterans on the team. They've been here. They were in the Final Four last year. Johnny Juzang. I know JAQUEZ is questionable, so that may swing my pick if he doesn't play. But, you know, if they have their guys, I think the experience on this team and their ability to make tough shots will play in their favor.
South region, now we're going Houston, Arizona. Caroline, who you got?
Oh man, this is another really tough one. I really, really like Arizona. Just has absolutely no quit. But the way that Houston is playing, I think they're actually one of the best teams in the country right now. The way that both teams have played and some of the struggles that Arizona's had with injuries, I'm going to go with Houston.
Keeping it South region, we have Villanova versus Michigan. Now, Typico has Villanova as 4.5-point favorites. Caroline, how say you? Villanova or Michigan?
I'm definitely taking Villanova at 4.5. I just think Colin Gillespie is one of the most underrated point guards in the country, I think, and Jay Wright always has his teams ready to perform.
Yeah, I agree with that, except I think I'm going to take the points here with Michigan at 4.5. Michigan defends the 3 very well. They did it against Colorado State, and I think they'll be able to score and kind of keep the game close the way they've been able to defend in the tournament so far. So give me the points.
Now to the Midwest region, Providence versus Kansas. Caroline.
As part of my apology tour to Providence for every time, they're going down to South Dakota State. No chance they make it to the second round. I like them for the points because Providence has played in so many close games, and that was part of the thing that made people think twice about choosing the Friars heading in the tournament because they had the highest luck rating on KenPom. So everyone's like, how much of it is them being good? How much of it is them getting a little bit lucky? And hey, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
Okay, moving on to Iowa State versus Miami. Prince, who you got?
Give me Iowa State, and the spread is 2.5 points, so in favor of Miami. I think Iowa State actually wins this game. Miami, while they're a tough team, I don't think they're necessarily a team that scares anyone. And yeah, after what I saw from Iowa State, I just feel more confident in them right now.
Now we're going to the West region, many consider the strongest region. We got Arkansas, aka Arkansas, versus Gonzaga. Caroline, who do you like?
So Gonzaga is my pick to win it all. They have definitely looked shaky at times over the course of the tournament. Obviously the first round game, and then you look at the way Memphis had a 10-point lead at halftime, and until Drew Timme came out, he scored 21 of his 25 points, I think, after the break. But I'm going to go with Gonzaga. I think they just have so many pieces and still create such a difficult mismatch.
Now on to the team who I believe is going to win it all, Duke. We have Duke versus Texas Tech. Prince, who you got?
Yeah, I got to disagree with you. I'm going Texas Tech, and I just like their ability to defend. I guess I keep coming back to defense, but, Duke, I haven't been impressed with their point guard play. I kind of think sometimes they find it difficult to create shots for, you know, some of these talented young players they have on that team. The defense that Texas Tech plays can make it a little difficult on them, and I think they'll pull it out.
Okay, now it is time for our segment called Team Parlay, where Caroline Prince and myself work together to give you a 3-leg parlay. Now, I like Purdue to win over St. Peter's, but at 12.5-point favorites, they could kind of sort of cover. I don't know. Caroline Prince, can you convince me?
Yes. So I'm going to say that St. Peter's covers. Obviously, we've talked about Purdue having struggled defensively. So I think that St. Peter's can stay within reach. They've got the Philly crowd behind them, close to home. I think that they stay within that spread.
Yeah, I agree. I'm on board with you guys. They'll get the good energy from the near home crowd, and Purdue doesn't defend the greatest, so they'll have opportunities to score and get out and run on them. And so let's take the cover there for St. Peter's.
So we're going to go St. Peter's covering. I could live with that. Caroline, do you have a team that you want to add to this leg?
I'm going to go with the over 132.5 points for Iowa State, Miami. I think both of these teams can score. I think they can both run. I think this is going to be one of the more fun matchups. So I don't know. I think take the over on this one. It seems relatively low. You know, you look at the scores that these teams have put up so far. Obviously, the Iowa State Wisconsin game is the only thing that gives me a little bit of pause, but Wisconsin is known to slow the game down a little bit. There will be plenty of possessions to go around, I think, in this one. So I like the over in Iowa State.
Prince, we need one game for you. Who you like?
Taking the money line for Gonzaga. Now, at the time, it's minus 420 odds, so that obviously speaks to the fact that Gonzaga should win this game. When you just look at their past games, just recently against Memphis, they didn't even get the best game from Chet Holmgren. He only scored 9 points. So to be able to win a game like that without one of your best players, having his best performance, but then you have other guys who can step up like Andrew Nembhard, and Drew Timmy's been playing out of his mind. I think Gonzaga should be a lock to win this one.
There you have it, Caroline Darney and Prince J. Grimes. Thank you so much for coming by. The Sweet 16 kicks off on Thursday. Make sure you go to Tipico and lock in your bets right now.